Hey guys, my name is Ibai Canales. I'm a comic artist. I hail from, as I told Edwin Boyet, from the cold and rainy part of Spain. And I'm in my 30s and I'm pretty handsome, if I may say so myself.
Good to know. Hey Canales, could you tell us a little bit more about your graphic novel Iron Sights?
It's basically an adaptation, a sequential adaptation of one of Richard Salt's scripts. It's a border thriller in the vein of Sicario or Hell and High Water. I don't know if you know those movies, but a gritty border thriller with lots of cartel enforcers and ex-marines killing tons of people. Really cool and action-packed story.
So how did you and Zach meet? I mean, there's quite a bit of a distance between where you are and where he is, so it's unlikely y'all just bumped into each other.
Well, I was a follower of Richard's on YouTube, and I was also, without me knowing it, a follower on Twitter when he still had the Make Comics Great Again account. I remember he mentioned that he was doing the Rebirth project, so I liked the idea. I sent him what can be called fan art of Riri. He liked it, and the old fan dream came true. He DM'd me and he told me that he had a project and he offered me a job, and I say yes, of course. I like your stuff, I like your ideas, and I would love to work with you.
So what was it like working with Zach?
It's been mostly free reign. Do whatever you want, and if I don't like it, I'll let you know.
I hope that doesn't mean you were slacking. Don't tell me that's had a negative impact on your art.
Everyone keeps telling me that my style has improved a lot, and I think it's partly due to the fact that some people weren't entirely happy with the first results. So I just went, full Taskmaster mode, to quote a Marvel character, and I began watching videos and tutorials. I began watching EVS, how to draw stuff, what tools he used and how, and I think that really helped me. And if I didn't listen to the critics, I would have never improved.
Alright, now that's the spirit. And you said that Zach gave you free reign, but obviously you two had to work together. Tell me a little bit about the synergy between you two and how that affected the project.
I kind of adapted it and then he readapted it, so it's a really cool process to watch, because you just draw the faces, and in this case Richard would adapt the dialogue to the faces. We would tweak little things here and there, and it will always be better than what you had. So the final product, the final result of that collaboration actually blew both our minds.
Aside from Project Rebirth, have you done any other comics? Or are you a bit green to making comics?
No, not at all. I've been professionally trying to become a comic artist since, I think, 10 years now, over 10 years. I began doing often not paid Transformers fan art back when I ended college. Then I had a short story published in Heavy Metal magazine, and I've been steadily working on webcomics and indie comics with several American friends since maybe 5 years, something like that. So I have quite experience by now.
Over a decade? That is a lot of time in comics. And by the way, I've talked to a lot of artists over the years. Each and every one of them has a story. Mr. Canales, what is yours?
I've always been into art, but if I had to isolate one cause, I would say my dad. My dad was an art student. He was actually a furniture design student when he lived in Brussels, because we're Spanish, but my dad and my mother migrated to Belgium when they were young, blah blah blah. My dad had formal art studies, and he also liked comic books, so he introduced me to comic books, to the usual European stuff like Tintin or Asterix, and he also taught me the basics of drawing, like perspective and volume and all that. So that would be it.
Your dad sounds like a pretty interesting man. Glad you had him to help you along your path that you've chosen. But back to Iron Sights. Now what you've told me about it has me a bit interested in seeing it in full. But I'm gonna ask you point blank, should I buy Iron Sights?
Well, I'll just say you should support not only Iron Sights but everything Zack puts out, because he's, to put it mildly, he's old man comics. He has a vast knowledge of comics. You know, he's like a younger Stanley. If you ask him about a comic, he has probably read it. He knows the story behind it. So, if you like comics, just back anything Zack makes, because you won't be disappointed.
Alright, I'm sold. Well, thank you so much for your time, Mr. Canales. You want to say anything else?
And yeah, you should totally check out Javon Swint's channel, Radio Christie South. It's really worth it. Really nice guy, full of really interesting content.
Thank you guys for watching. Please help support this Indiegogo. Subscribe to Diversity in Comics, and y'all have a good day.